I played 100 rounds with the Invisible Woman to prove she's the best strategist in Marvel Rivals. When Sue Storm was first introduced at the start of Season 1, we were deep in a triple support ultimate meta. At that time, heroes like Cloak and Dagger and Luna Snow reigned supreme, but since then there have been many nerfs. But not to the mother of the Marvel Universe, no, she's remained at about the same state, which means she's actually incredibly overpowered. Now I'm a Vanguard main turn strategist because it helps to know all the roles so that you can do well at this game in any situation. And the first rule of being a strategist is that you should never die, or should really do your best not to die. And with Invisible Woman, that's actually a real possibility. And I like that she turned invisible right there because you can see how quickly she turns invisible. This gives her a really high escape potential if she's getting dove on, and dive is a really popular composition right now. I mean, that's not that much time. She also has access to this double jump, which I'm sure has annoyed you if you play something besides strategist. And it's not just that too. Whenever she is invisible, she has self-heal, and it's actually surprisingly fast. Combine this with the fact that she can put shields on her own teammates, and this will be here. So if you're smart, you could be using this for health yourself. When it gets broken and you have to escape, you double jump away, and then you could actually be using the health packs. I think strategists try not to use the health packs because they think it's selfish, and honestly, you staying alive and keeping the other strategist alive is always going to be the best move for your team because it keeps you in the game. And a lot of this is going to come down to how you position as Invisible Woman. You're going to want to take off angles, use your invisibility to your advantage to get people on the side, and she's a surprisingly effective DPS. And these shots penetrate through, as you can see, so if you get people in a crowd, you're going to do a lot of damage. She's really good in hallways. Because of her double jump, you could also be abusing height with her. And this is also very effective too. It puts you in places that no one is really going to expect you to be healing from. And let's just talk about her ultimate right now, because it's definitely what makes her so overpowered. If your enemies are outside this, they cannot see into it. So you could be using this to abuse sightlines and just take free shots. It also has a slowing effect on your enemies, so you could be pulling them in and making a battle, tethering them in with your sonic energy. And it's the combination of her mechanics that actually gives her high elimination potential. And not to get too technical on it, but ranked really favors getting the final hits, getting eliminations right now. So if you're trying to rank up in the support role, Invisible Woman is a very high tier pick right now. And when you look at an ultimate like this, it's pretty obvious that it's area of effect and you can use this on capture points, but it's actually very useful on convoys as well because you can throw it a good distance and you can throw this ahead of your convoy, force the team fight so you actually gain more progression. She has a lot of control over the ebb and flow of the battles. However, just know it is very risky. It's not an impenetrable wall. Just because they can't see you, you can still get eliminated in it. There's a high likelihood if you're at the higher levels that a Magneto or an Iron Man or someone like that will just throw their ult in there and it will insta-eliminate the squishies. Now, it's pretty fortunate for Sue Storm that dive is in the meta right now because her whole kit is essentially about stopping dive. For example, if a Wolverine comes at you, you can hit him with this. It's going to slow them down. They're going to do more damage. You could always push them away from you. And then if they finally manage to get on you after you've done all this damage, you just jump away. Now we have tanks like the Thing and Emma Frost that are invulnerable to these movement abilities, but that doesn't invalidate the potential of Invisible Woman, because truthfully, I don't think many people are too good with the Thing. Emma Frost is still very new, and Emma Frost has to switch into her diamond form to actually be invulnerable to these tactics, so she's not always in that mode. She's actually surprisingly delicate, more of an off tank. Now some more general Sue Storm tips. With her push and pull, you could be using this in combination with the map, and you really should. Knocking people off the edge or pulling them into pits on capture points, and this will definitely help your team out. The pull aspect of this is also very good for stopping heroes like Spider-Man or Iron Fist if they're trying to escape, and you can get that finish on them. And it does actually combine with your primary fire to get a faster elimination. So I'll demonstrate it right here. You can see that there's a cadence to the main fire, and if I go like this, and then I can hit that push or pull faster. It's maybe a quarter second faster, but that can make a huge difference at the higher levels for sure. And my final tip for Sue Storm, and this is a forbidden technique: when the chips are down, you're all out of cooldowns, you've done everything you can, ultimate is dispensed, you run out of ammo. Don't forget to just start using your melee attack, because this slap is surprisingly good, and it actually has a push effect to it. And again, use the environment to your advantage. Get creative with this. You can definitely get eliminations with it, push people off map. And the third punch in that combo does double damage because she uses both of her hands. So that could be your finisher if you really, really need it. Now it's time to get into a game so I can show you the full potential of Invisible Woman's kit in the moment, show you some gameplay combos to maximize her potential. But comment down below, have you learned anything about her already? Will you be using Sue Storm in the future? And of course, like and subscribe for more Marvel Rivals videos. Alright lads, it's time for the 100th game with Sue Storm. And we actually have a slightly positive win rate. You definitely suffer a bit more in the strategist role. You rely on your vanguards to take space, or DPS to finish a lot of situations. But as I've already described and as I'm going to show you, Invisible Woman is a very, very powerful strategist. My favorite, perhaps the strongest in the game currently. And of course, to celebrate, just like we did with Reed Richards, we gotta stay married to the game. Our first main strategist. And it's actually been a wonderful experience. I love the Fantastic Four. Oh, we got a thing. Okay, Bootay. Alright boys, let's get in there. And I'll be honest, now that we're starting, it's a couple more games than 100. We had to lose a couple to hopefully get this dub here. That's why you may notice the graphics change, but hey, we can still do the teaching anyway. What 100+ games taught us on Sue Storm. One, we're on a domination, so that's actually really good. We can keep them off of the point very easily by pushing them into their own spawns, backwards. And I really love playing Hydra too. I'm probably a weird guy because I like playing this map. But I feel like this map is very easy to control. Pull him to us and then get him some melee. Simple enough. From that first disrupt, they were off their game. Give him a second to reboot. Oh. Always some flying here, huh? Put that in there. Oh, never mind. That's a tip that didn't work right now, but if you got someone peeking a hallway on you, your Sonic Vortex is a good way to flush them out. Make them retreat. Now he's kind of getting in a fight with the wrong guy here. Oof, oof, I got smooshed. He did so much damage at once there, dude. Roots.
Shake it and hypnotize your enemies or your friends.
Yeah, that combo. Said it before and I'll say it again. Groot is the single best tank in the game. But you gotta be a good player to make it work. No, get me out of here. Oh, he wanted me, dude. He wanted my freaking blood. Okay, let's just throw it. I don't even want to mess with it. Let's try to get him to spin so we can give him a push. He did not fall for it. He did not fall for it, no. Best I can do right there is become a DPS. Yep, best I can do right there is become a DPS. And that's where the versatility, she can do multiple jobs if she needs to. Let's be real here. You should, as a healer, you shouldn't stop healing. But like Rocket Raccoon, you can kind of supplement your DPS. Help them out a bit. Oof. That... What an unfortunate counter, because they got more power in an unstoppable ult. But at least the Invisible Woman ult was back there. It's not on point. I'm so focused. Let's put it against the wall there. Just pushing them back. I'm actually really forced to play close because of how this is going down. Hold up. Yep. The Groot If the group manages to come through, he can do a lot of damage to me very quickly.
Shake it and hypnotize your enemies or your friends.
We're close though, we gotta support this guy. Actually, you know what? We don't need to support him. We need to let these guys do what they're doing. She got another ult, or is that a Loki? They have a Loki on their team? She just got another ult that fast. That's wild. Let's just give him this. I don't want him to die. We can't afford to go back to spawn. Wow. Strange. The reason Sue Storm had 2 ults is she's doing the heavy lifting. She's carrying this Warlock. If we manage to push or pull someone off the map here, you have to like this video. We got switchers. I never switch when you're winning, you know? That's the lock-in time. All these DPS and only 1 Hulk. I don't know if that's the solo tank you want on a capture point, but okay. Oh no, this is gone so bad immediately. So bad immediately.
And another one.
I'm out of position. I'm so out of position here. I'm lucky if I don't die. I blocked one of them from actually getting stunned. Somehow, dude. Oh my god. That's actually gonna make a difference. Never mind. We're just gonna get Iron Man ulted. But this dude actually switched back to Thing, because he knows. He knows. It was triple duelist. It's the worst triple you could pick, because then you're missing something. You're missing a wall or you're missing fuel. I'll put it this way. I'll literally tell him in the chat. Be a gigantic bruiser and we will just plow through anything they put in front of us, especially with the Hulk. This isn't a convoy, but this is the perfect dive comp right here. These 2 tanks. He wants to go through the wall. I'm gonna help him go through the wall.
Check this place out. Armed and dangerous.
Oh my god, we're in the trenches right now. Oh, but I think they pulled it. Unless that was revives. Of course, he did get revives. Revive for revive, dude. Oh my god. I just happened to die before our Adam Warlock activated his. But I think they caught him on the back step. Caught him before they could heal up. And boom, they're plowing through. Oh, Thing, no, come on. Oh my god. He was so close to doom right there. Just keep an eye on our backline. It's actually better to fight him around this corner. I actually pushed him into the vortex there. You see that? Oh no. Yeah, there's no reason to fight within her vortex. And when you fight in a Sue Storm's vortex, and I'll say this is a Sue Storm, all you're doing is feeding the other team's ultimates. Because unless you coordinate your own ultimates, they're not gonna die in that. Unless you just damage dump into the pit. So the smart play often is really just to back up a corner. We got him on the back foot. We might be able to just keep him here. Just keeping an eye to the side because they could flank. Kind of what I was waiting for. I was waiting for some big ult to come through. We got him off step though. We got him off step. Might push through. They're trying. Nope. Nope. Iron Man flanked, but he didn't touch. The problem with flying characters, right? For our 100th plus game with Invisible Woman, okay? It took a couple more games than 100 to actually get the W for this video. Anyway, comment down below how you're feeling about the current meta of the game. We just had a huge strategist change. Are you using another hero besides this one? Because I really recommend hopping on Sue Storm if you haven't.